Hello, everybody, and welcome to the fourth and final webinar of our summer Industryland series, focusing on our latest Tuya Hospitality and residential platforms. Over the past 4 weeks, we've taken both practical demos and deep dives into the residential platform. So today's focus is on giving you all a full introduction to the Tuya Hospitality platform. I'll run through the difference between our PaaS and SaaS solutions in full detail and aim to highlight 3 key themes as I go through. So 1, how can I make my hotel smart? How can I integrate IoT into my existing tech stack and further revenue streams for technologically enabled hospitality businesses? So I understand that from what you may have seen so far and what's available in the market at the moment, the idea of having a fully integrated smart hotel running on one stable platform is either not possible or something reserved only for big brands with even bigger pockets. So today, I hope I can show you that there really is not the case. And speaking from personal experience, from what I see here, smart hotel is both accessible and making a huge impact on markets worldwide. So it's only a matter of time until this trend goes global. So hopefully, at least some of you today will gain some insight and inspiration as to how you can really lead the way in innovating the industry and, of course, reap the subsequent reward. So without further ado, let's dive in. So what exactly is smart hospitality and smart hotel? For those of you who aren't so familiar with the Internet of Things or IoT technology, a smart hotel is a hotel that utilizes a series of connected smart devices, such as smart locks, thermostats, lights, and so on, which communicate and interact simultaneously. This is sometimes referred to as the Internet of Things and means that instead of having isolated systems across your whole hotel property, they can now all be connected and share data with each other and with yourself. So in plain English, how can this benefit my business? Efficiency and cost savings. This applies both to energy use and operational costs such as staff. A simple example would mean smart motion detectors sensing when the guest is not in the room for an extended period of time, and switching off all devices wasting power in the room, and then being able to use this data to better predict cleaning times for staff to come and tidy up. Then damage limitation and preemptive maintenance. Devices such as smart flood sensors will be programmed to immediately notify staff of any abnormalities in the room and allowing rapid response times and a protection of both your property and your reputation. Then ancillary revenue. This essentially addresses the question of how can going smart increase the per room value of my hotel? When run correctly, we see market-leading smart hotels almost always increasing booking rates and also room price after going smart, as they are now able to have strong technological differentiation from their competitors through delivering both an increasingly comfortable and enjoyable stay for guests. The above are all focused towards ROI value propositions, i.e., how long will it take for me to make my money back on this? Whilst this is, of course, a key aspect of what we do here at Tuya Hospitality when working with our clients, however, the solution we offer is designed to give you as many opportunities to go beyond ROI and towards building a smart new business model. I'll touch on this throughout today's webinar. So some background about Tuya for those of you who don't really know us. So as an open and diversified developer platform, Tuya Smart connects different industry players such as chip manufacturers, brands, software vendors, channels, and more, and empowers them with its IoT platform capabilities that can bring out a change in their business model. For example, brands can integrate their products into Tuya Smart's ecosystem and gain the capability to interconnect with products from a different brand. Through Tuya IoT cloud platform, so brands such as Siemens have successfully connected Sea-Air air quality detector with air conditioners, air purifiers, and other brands, making it a control hub of household air quality management. We are a global IoT platform that builds interconnectivity standards to bridge the intelligent needs of brands, OEMs, developers, and retail chains across a broad range of smart devices and industries. Based on the global public cloud, we connect different smart scenarios and smart devices by providing hardware development tools, integrating public cloud services, and offering an intelligent business development platform. Tuya provides comprehensive smart empowerment from technology to marketing to foster a neutral, open, and accessible developer platform. So let's crack on and take a deeper dive under the hood of the solutions we offer here at Tuya Hospitality. On the screen, you can see the software products for our SaaS clients. Our SaaS is a plug-and-play solution for hospitality businesses without software development capability. And these are the tools we've built to be the best fit for comprehensively running smart hotels. So first, the Tuya Hospitality Web SaaS. This is the central management platform designed for business directors and hotel staff. From the platform, you'll be able to control functions such as the checking in and out of guests via smart locks, smart energy and security management, as well as centralized control of common area devices. Next, the web app, designed solely for hotel guests. Before check-in, guests will receive text codes with a login for a web-based app that allows them to control their stay at your smart hotel. On the app, they'll be able to control devices such as doors, lights, curtains, TV, as well as more operations-based services, such as extending their stay or ordering room service. And finally, the Smart Construction app. This is designed for installation and maintenance staff responsible for building and looking after your smart hotel. On the app, staff will receive work orders to come and install a select number of smart devices in a certain room using a specified temporary door code to access the property for a limited period of time. On top of this, all of the IoT technology functionality that we'll run through today is able to be integrated into your own existing software platform. The key meaning here is that we've built the IoT platform so you don't have to. Opposed to SaaS, if you have some degree of in-house software development capability, we can provide all of the necessary APIs and SDKs for you to make your business smarter for a fraction of the time and cost of building it in-house. This takes our business possibilities beyond just hotels. We've delivered smart PaaS solutions to clients ranging from software companies to elderly care homes and retail stores. If you want to build a smarter business, we are both willing and able to fully support you in doing this. In last week's webinar with Apollo, we focused on how the emergence of technology-focused hospitality businesses are now wanting the toolbox instead of the finished product. And this is our answer to that. We understand that nobody wants to be running multiple separate systems. This is why we give you the chance to build IoT into your own. Both our SaaS and PaaS platforms are backed up by a full range of powered by Tuya or PBT devices listed on our IoT platform. At time of writing, which is about 3 weeks ago, the number of separate SKUs listed on the platform was 310,000. However, this is now pushed over the 400,000 mark. This gives you an idea of the pace at which we're expanding here at Tuya. All of our devices have a response time of under 10 milliseconds, and they've now reached over 220 countries and regions worldwide. For our smart hospitality solution, we do provide a suggested range of hardware, and our team will work with you on tailoring the best hardware solution for your business. Some of that suggested hardware may include things such as smart locks, gateways, plugs, switches, motion detectors, thermostats, meter readers, and IP cameras. Here, we have an underlying value of what we do here at Tuya, OEM. Like mentioned before, we want to give you all the tools you need to build your own smart business, and we understand the importance of having your own brand to drive this. So we can white label a SaaS web and app to your hospitality business with the aim that you will then be able to make this a solution of your own to sell to your future clients, thus highlighting how we want you to think beyond just ROI. So as we run through today's slides, we're going to focus on the different benefits smart hotels bring to both managers and guests, as well as the difference with Tuya and what we believe to be our competitive edge. So first, let's take a look at smart hospitality for managers. Here we see some of the core features of the platform. I won't dive into all of these in extensive detail today, but I would like to highlight some core aspects. Hotel management, which allows managers to not only manage the standard checking in and checking out process, but also the devices in each room and their associated status. Device management. This means you'll be able to manage the devices around the whole property, such as security cameras, conference room lights, and common area locks. PMS binding. We have a good understanding of the hospitality industry, but we don't intend on becoming an all-in-one PMS platform. We see the great work of varying number of PMS companies, and we encourage you to bind them to Tuya to avoid any major disruption to your existing operations and thus any possible barriers to smart tech implementation. And personnel management. This allows you to manage staff and their associated permissions for both access around the property and their ability to manage smart devices. So, room management. As mentioned, using our platform, you'll be able to access and assess the full status of both the guests and devices in each of the rooms in the property. If guests need cleaning or assistance, it can also be noted on the web app, and the information will be immediately shown in the back end. If any devices in the room happen to be offline, such as the locks or gateways, you'll conveniently be able to see this directly from here with the small blue widgets you can see on the screen here. For those rooms that are vacant, however, still unnecessarily running devices and of course energy, this can also quickly be noticed and controlled in the device management section. As I just mentioned, with the smart systems across the property are able to be controlled centrally, whether it's remotely turning off lights or AC in guest rooms or locking restricted access doors, we have you covered. The benefit here is both on an energy saving level, but also of course on operations. No longer do you have to send somebody up to the room to check on certain issues with devices. Most of these can now be centrally checked and quickly fixed remotely, instead of having to send maintenance up to the room and thus wasting time and damaging the guest experience. Additionally, this allows you to tailor your stay for each guest and thus offering what we call hyper-personalization, where regular customers can save their preferred settings and you can log them into the system for each time that they stay. So now, how did these devices get installed into the property in the first place? Using our smart construction app. Installation staff will be able to use the app to track when and where which devices need to be installed, as well as those that require maintenance and fixing. The installation workers can use the app to fulfill smart work orders, as well as for receiving temporary property access codes to get into the building. Here, we'll discuss how we run our smart access control solutions for hospitality businesses. This can, of course, be applied to both singular building hotels, but also to more segregated properties, such as villa resorts or even separate Airbnb listings in completely different continents. We aim to give ultimate flexibility on our access solutions available for our partners. As you can see on screen, we have facial recognition access available on the platform. However, I will personally advise you to take careful consideration towards this, as different markets and properties have very different views on this form of data collection. Needless to say, all facial recognition data collected by the platform is deleted as soon as the guest checks out. So, on a more practical level, we advise selecting from our range of smart lock solutions available on the platform, which enable guests to open the door via both your web app and a temporary access code that can be sent via SMS prior to check-in. No matter how smart your hotel may be, we do still advise that you have a key card system available for guests, either as a backup or an alternative to those who don't feel comfortable with using the above mentioned smart access solutions. These aren't just directed towards guests, of course. Temporary access codes can also be granted to visitors such as maintenance staff, who will be needed to access certain areas of the property for a limited period of time. Now, energy saving, a key focus on everyone's mind around the world at the moment. How can I deliver a more energy efficient hospitality businesses? As we see increased motivation for energy savings worldwide coming both internally from more environmentally conscious business owners, but also externally from tightening regulation and changing dynamics of corporate business travel carbon requirements, having a robust solution in place that can deliver traceable and presentable data on energy consumption is a must for remaining competitive. Our solution, just by nature, is automatically energy saving. Smart energy saving scenes can be put into place that allow smart devices to adjust according to changes in the condition of the room. These can be triggered by things such as guest absence, not only from checkout, but also recognizing the guest is currently not in the room for a longer period of time, but also from meteorological factors, such as the time or weather, which can work in tune with the system such as your HVAC to keep a consistently comfortable temperature in the occupied guest rooms and common areas, and thus reduce the need for guests to constantly adjust the thermostat. Some of the devices we use to enable this include smart door and window sensors for monitoring occupancy, smart thermostats for monitoring temperature, smart energy saving light bulbs and switches, and smart energy meters, all of which will be able to be viewed and analyzed from the central SaaS platform. Based on some of our clients' requests, we are aiming to build a more client-facing energy reporting solution that can in fact give guests an energy and water usage report for the time spent in the property, which can then be used in their future corporate travel applications. This is something currently in the pipeline, and we'll keep you updated on the availability of this. So, security. As with everything we ran through today, I'm sure you're thinking that you may already have some of these things in place. The difference here, I'd like to remind you, is that we've brought all of this onto one account to reduce what we call account fatigue. This is no different for your security system. We are able to provide all the necessary hardware and software for you to manage your smart security. We have a range of smart security cameras available that can be centrally managed from the web platform. And for those that require two-way communication, such as those at the delivery bay, that's also possible. Then beyond CCTV, we also deliver the full security solution for emergency response and prevention. Smart alarms such as those for gas, fire, and leaks can be installed into guest rooms and be programmed to notify front desk of any abnormalities. Additionally, devices such as fire alarms can be programmed to work with other devices in the property to enable the safe evacuation of staff and guests. For example, when a fire alarm is triggered, all electrical devices in that room will be powered down, and the lights for the fire exits will be switched on to safely guide personnel out of the property. Now, let's take a look into how our platform is set to revolutionize the hotel guest experience and hopefully set new and higher standards for hospitality businesses worldwide. Here we can see the HTML5, H5, or more simply put, the web app. There is no need for guests to download this. It can be accessed directly through a link to a web page that can be sent to their phones via text. As previously mentioned, guests will be able to use the web app to manage their stay at the hotel and to control and personalize their experience to enable that level of hyper customization. Data on your guest preferences can later be aggregated and put into use in the continuous optimization of your smart hospitality business. So take a moment to have a look at how the web app could look for you. Just to reiterate the point that this doesn't have to be the final design. Through our white label capabilities, you'll be able to totally make this your own. And when combining this with our value-added services, or VAS, which I'll mention shortly, you'll be able to grow out the functionality of the app as well. So how does in-room device control look for guests? Different to a smart home or apartment, we encourage you to make this as simple as possible for guests through enabling smart scenes. These are predetermined modes such as welcome mode, sleep mode, or reading mode that can be either enabled through the touch of a button on the web app or by certain triggers, such as somebody walking into the room for the first time. However, we do, of course, still allow for the individual controller devices in the room. So if guests want to just turn up the temperature on the AC without affecting the lights or the curtains, that's of course no problem. We've touched on the check-in process already, so I won't run through it in too much detail again, but I just want to touch on how this is of increasing importance following the events over the past few years that need not be named. We at Tuya still 100% believe in the value of hotel staff, who are of course irreplaceable. Our vision is not to replace staff, but to better enable them to focus on what they do best, service. So now, when staff aren't tied up with handling paperwork at the front desk, they can be present in the lobby to offer assistance and service to those guests entering the hotel. Additionally, you'll be able to reduce the number of staff required at the front desk so that they can be redeployed across other areas of the property where they're more needed. So what's the difference between our solution here at Tuya and some of those you may believe you've already seen out there in the market? Flexibility. Like mentioned earlier, our end goal is to push for the increased adoption of smart technologies worldwide, with a range of industries realizing IoT's potential. We recognize that in order to make this happen, flexibility is key, particularly flexibility as to how the tech is adopted. For us, at the bottom layer, we work with countless manufacturers to transform their hardware into smart devices and launch them onto the platform. Then, when clients and partners approach us looking for ways to utilize our IoT platform, we give two broad solutions, within which are more options that I can provide upon request later on. As mentioned in detail throughout today's webinar, our SaaS solution is the plug and play program for hoteliers to rapidly implement smart technologies into their operations, as well as offering the opportunity to brand this as their own service and sell it. Then for PaaS, When clients have already built their own software and have in-house development capability, we will work with them to build their own IoT capacities. Now, let's take a more detailed look into our PaaS solution. Key takeaway here, again, is that we built the IoT platform, so you do not have to. We've specialized in bringing the world onto one IoT platform through developing our own software. The capabilities for this are now available to integrate into your own existing platform. Whereas the idea of building your own IoT platform with the necessary hardware and software may seem like a capital and labor-intensive endeavor. However, we are here to make that a reality for you. We can provide you with the necessary APIs for those such as device management, space management, user management, and much more, and support you in building these into your existing software. We'll be able to provide your development team with the necessary APIs and SDKs to build the solution you guys really want. Here's a more detailed look at the PaaS capabilities we have available within Tuya Hospitality. At the bottom, you can see that when running a PaaS program, you'll be able to utilize not only powered by Tuya, but also third-party hardware. On the next row up, you can see that all the APIs related to smart device control. Then up from this, you can see all the functionalities you may need when running a smart hospitality business, such as access control and hotel management. As we move up the table, the smart APIs are related more to the management of devices within each area of the property, with APIs such as scene management and IPC security management. And then on the top layer are the APIs and SDKs used for the final end user facing applications we imagine you guys would like to build, such as the web app or the web SaaS. Then reverting back to the SaaS solution, we do really want this to be your business opportunity. So we encourage you to build your own brand, even if you don't have your own software development team. We want you and your guests and potential clients to see your awesome solution. And when they ask how you did it, you'll be able to offer them your own branded service for both the hardware and the software. Then the growth possibilities do not stop there. With our value-added services, or VAS, you will be able to build your platform and truly tailor it to yourself. One exciting possibility would be to use the app more, which enables guests to purchase products or services through the app, which means that you'll be able to deliver upselling and e-commerce related revenue streams within your hotel and beyond, thus taking you beyond a single dimension hotel business. Feel free to check out our VAS website to check out all the possibilities we have available for you guys. Here again is just a reiteration of the broad scope of our hardware capabilities. The list is forever growing and we're aiming to give you as much choice as possible when it comes to tailoring your solution. And then here you can see the global scope of Tuya's cloud. As of January 2021, Tuya has implemented 6 data centers in USA East, USA West, Europe, India, and mainland China, as well as 1 local acceleration node in Russia. Tuya Cloud secures infrastructure management and operations as well as physical devices by selecting and working closely with the world's leading cloud hosting providers, such as Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, and Alibaba Cloud. Tuya also has a sizable team of professional information security experts and a comprehensive information security system, including the implementation of strict software development security and the construction of an advanced security attack and defense system. Tuya has entered into strategic partnerships with a team of professional external law firms and third-party privacy compliance and security consultants to optimize and upgrade privacy compliance and security solutions on a long-term and ongoing basis. And then finally, to touch on our plans for upcoming function extensions. All of the functionalities on screen have been launched in some specific markets worldwide. However, we're looking to roll these out on a global scale as soon as possible. These include, but are not limited to, smart parking systems, voice control integrations, continuous PMS integrations, smart service robots, facial recognition access, smart elevator control, and guest-focused energy management. So guys, that's a wrap for today's run-through and introduction to the Tuya Hospitality platform. I hope you found this both insightful and have already begun to be thinking about how we could work together in changing the world of hospitality on a global scale.